Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sofia Ianovskaia. I'm the owner of Ayurvedic Insights and Reflexology, and it's such a great honor for me to be here together with you, and especially with my fabulous guest speaker today. Her name is Robin Ray Green. And today the topic will be the ear. I made up with this new term, ear-motional balance. As you well know, I am a specialist in a couple of modalities, and one of the things I practice is I'm a certified emotion, body code, and belief code practitioner, and that allows me to release trapped emotions and emotional baggage, which is unsupportive to carry. And I also am a reflexologist, and I was fortunate enough to learn from Robin Green and Ellie Goldsmith. I graduated from Ear Seeds Academy, and today what is so special about our talk is we're gonna connect trapped emotions and points on the ear, and I think this is fascinating. So first, I want to tell you a little bit about trapped emotions, so that you're not wondering how they got trapped. And then I'll have Robin speak. So number one, I'm gonna share with you, because some of my audience speaks English, some of them speak Russian. So Sigmund Freud said that unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways if you don't take care of them. And as you know, we have, this is a beautiful, it's by sculptor Kurt Kroda, Emotions by the sculptor Kurt Kroda, so all carved from the walnuts. So as you well know, we have different emotions like fear, we have anger, we have sadness and sorrow, and conflict and frustration, and creative insecurity. Creative insecurity is one of my favorite emotions to work with when we put, when we find excuses and not moving forward towards the dream. We find all kinds of excuses why you would not do it, instead of why do that. So I want to tell you a little, very briefly, in a nutshell, what is emotion? Emotion is a physiological change inside the body triggered by the stimuli that we're collecting from our senses and past experiences. And it's truly a physiological change, because it affects our body, it affects our organs, glands, and hormones are changing. And trapped emotion happens when the action phase is interrupted if we don't take action. This is how it gets stuck or trapped. So I'll show you a cycle. This is by one of my favorite mentors, Lisa Ramos, from Global Energy Method, the Infinity Healer. So something happened, then we're analyzing it, then there is a physiological change which is happening in our body. Then there is supposed an action phase. What is it that you do with this emotion? And then the recovery phase and the restoration phase. So when the action phase does not happen, you don't do anything about it, this is when it gets stuck and trapped. And I also want to tell you that emotions can also happen, emotions can be inherited. Emotions can be shared when you at the same time experience the same intense emotional shock when you're with another person. Emotions can be absorbed when a person, let's say, I encountered a lot with different people. I find an absorbed emotion, and the person totally doesn't look like that to me, the way I perceive that person. It's called wishy-washy. Like, you know, when there is no stamina, and I look deeper, and it turns out that it's absorbed from somebody else. This person was hanging out years ago, and this person affected that person. And emotions can be also trapped in your subconscious mind from preconception times or prenatally, when you were in utero in your mom's belly. So this is all, emotions can also get trapped from past life or this life. So it's a very fascinating subject. So what I would like to, and I will tell a little bit more how I am able to tune in as a trained practitioner to find a trapped emotion and where it is trapped in your body exactly. I use muscle testing, so that reveals whether this method was introduced by a chiropractor, John Goodhart, in 1965 back then, but the origin is from Native Indians, how they were testing signals, whether it's strong and the muscles get tight, and if it's not true, the muscle gets weak. This is an explanation in the baby language for people who are hearing it for the first time. And this method was, the emotion code, the body code was created and brought to life by a well-known chiropractor, Dr. Bradley Nelson. And I graduated received a certification from all three modules, the emotion code, body code, and belief code. So that allows me to work online with the entire world and tap into your emotional baggage and see what we can release. Of course, I'm not, disclaimer, no, I cannot make any claims, treat, or diagnose. I can only work with what in the scope of this method, which allows me to, it's like a private investigation of what it is that bothers you. So now I want to show you how it gets trapped, the emotional. It's all about energy, trapped in our energy body, and also beliefs. Limiting beliefs can be also trapped. It's a sign, people have said, show me a trapped emotion. It could be a sign of a cantaloupe or a fist. And it's the emotion code, body code, and belief code helps us get rid of releasing trapped emotion, because emotions can affect us emotionally, physically, and they can haunt us decades later. So a trapped emotion is a ball of vibrating energy, size of orange or cantaloupe, and most people have hundreds. Some people have walls, and of course it's an imagery. Let's say if you have a heart wall, it will be difficult for you to open up in a relationship or go back to dating or start a new relationship. So this is all important to release. And our conscious mind is very limited. It's only 1% of our intelligence. We receive input, analyze, and decide. And our subconscious mind is 99% of our intelligence. It remembers everything, archives everything. It knows what is wrong. It knows what we need. So I wanted to show you in both in English and Russian a list of at least 60 negative emotions. So now I will, hello Marina, hello Tatiana. Thank you, and Christy. So now I am going to have Robin speak, and Robin, would you need to show your screen, or you will talk?
Nope, don't need to share screen or
you
anything.
Don't need to share screen. Okay,
Yeah.
I am going to ask Robin very important questions, and first of all, because you are a master pediatric acupuncturist, an educator, and I know that you wrote a book, Heal Your Child from the Inside Out, and I learn from Robin every week because I became a pro club member with ESC's Academy, and the way she presents on her knowledge, and of course with Eli Goldsmith, the co-founders of the ESC's Academy, is fascinating. So Robin, what is auricular therapy?
Right. That's such a great question. And auricular therapy is the use of the ear. So if you're familiar with, say, foot reflexology, where you can press a point on your foot and it can affect a corresponding area of your body, well, auricular therapy is like reflexology, but on the ear. So the ear has over 200 points that have corresponding connections to our body. And this all developed when you were talking about trapped emotions that can even happen during gestation. Well, your ear actually forms from a protrusion from your brain. So your ear gets all this wiring from the brain from birth. And by week 18, your ear is fully formed. And on your ear is that map of corresponding points that connect with, your other body regions. So when we stimulate the points on the ear, what's happening is the body is sending messages of homeostasis or balance to the corresponding area of the body. But what's even more fascinating is that one of the cabling behind our mind-body connection is the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve innervates a large part of the ear, this part of the ear here called the concha, right? Because it's kind of like a shell. So this is all innervated by the vagus nerve, which is the cabling behind our heart, mind, body connection. And your vagus nerve is called the wandering nerve because it innervates your heart, your lungs, your spleen, your liver, your gallbladder, your reproductive organs, your hormones, and so much more. So the ear becomes a powerful gateway, not only to modulating the brain's activity, but also bringing balance to, every part of your body.
Oh, incredible information. So I want to ask if you can show maybe a couple of points, let's say a point, let's say for fear, and let's say a person feels fearful. Is there a point for that?
Absolutely. So one of the connections that we make when we add another layer onto auriculotherapy is we add the emotions associated with the organs in Chinese medicine. So when it comes to fear, that's associated with the bladder and the kidney, those particular organs. So when we bring up our ear here, all we have to do is find the kidney point, which is, I'm going to mark it with my little marker here, and then I'll show you where the kidney point is. So the kidney point is we find like along this ridge and go down into the concha right about there. Let's see if I can show you a little bit better. Right about there is the kidney point. And the kidney point, let me see if I can mark it bigger for you guys.
That's visible.
Okay, so there's the kidney point with the little blue spot, and that would be the point that you could put on your ear if you were feeling fearful or frightened even.
And the same point on the bladder or only on the kidney?
Yes, you could absolutely do the bladder as well. So the bladder is right up over here, a little bit a ways. So there's the bladder point right up in here, right underneath there. And then, so what about say anger, right? And anger is associated with the liver. And so with the liver point, what we do is we come down the helix here to the end and go up just a tad. And right in here is where we're going to find the liver point. So we can do the liver. And as you can see, all these points are located on the concha that's innervated by the auricular branch of the vagus nerve. So we're able to sort of like hack our mind-body cabling by applying ear seeds to this point. And another point that I think is really important for people is grief, right? Like sadness.
Yes.
And in Chinese medicine, that's associated with the lung. And the lung is in this deepest part of the concha here. And then just below, so about right there, we would find the lung point in the concha. There we go. So those are several points. And what is so fascinating is that many people who start to use ear seeds for emotional, they just need that emotional support, find that they experience the relief pretty quickly. Like within 5 to 15 minutes, they feel like, their nervous system begins to calm down, and it opens up their body to processing and even releasing those emotions, especially when helped along by something like the emotion code.
So cool. So that brings me to my next question, that some people who are not familiar with auricular therapy or ear reflexology, they all they know is just to hold the point. Can you please educate us? I call it auricular or ear reflexology on steroids when we add ear seeds. Can you please share what they are and how to use them?
Absolutely. So let me grab some ear seeds so I can show you. So there are different types of ear seeds. We've got, these are little gold-plated ear seeds. You can see the little gold plating on the back. Let me get up to my camera there. Then we have the Vacaria ear seeds, which have little Vicarious seeds. It doesn't really matter whether you're using the gold, the titanium, the Vacaria, because it's all about stimulating the nerve branches on the ears. So what happens when you are applying ear seeds, what you're going to do, just get my other little ear out here. So if you were to apply an ear seed, you would first wipe the ear with like a little alcohol just to remove the any oils that could make the ear seed stop sticking. And then just grab one of my seeds here. So these are, it's like threading a needle. Okay, these are the titanium ear seeds. These have become my new favorite, the titanium. Because they're totally hypoallergenic. So what you do is you just simply twist the paper here. You twist it, sorry, and then you grab the ear seed from the paper like that, and you'll grab the little ear seed. Let me see if I can hold it up to my camera there. And then you'll have a chart, and let's say we wanted to do the liver point, and then we just put the ear seed on. And then hold it down for a few seconds. And then that's where you would put the ear seed on. And yeah, and Sophia's got the chart there.
Yeah.
And then you can wear them for up to 5 days, and they provide mild continuous acupressure on the ear point, and that helps to balance your nervous system. And I think when we're thinking about healing, whether it's from a back pain, whether it's something emotional, our nervous system has to be in what you can call healing mode, right? It has to be in a state where it can accept healing. And when we're stressed, whether that's emotional stress, whether it's physical stress like an illness, an infection, toxic exposure, trauma, when we're in that stage, it's hard for our body to heal. And so by applying ear seeds to the nerve branches on the ear, we basically are sending those signals that tell the body, like, it's time to go into healing mode. And then that allows the healing. And then by applying the points on specific spots on the ear, then you can apply that healing to a specific area of the body.
That's fascinating. And I know I personally love the Vacaria seeds because for those people who don't know what Vacaria is, that's a Chinese tree, which is very healing. So these are the seeds. And I know that some clients love Swarovski crystals, especially for ladies on a Friday, which is ruled by planet Venus, to show up your points with Swarovski crystal. This is always very cool. So my next question is, since I know that you work, your career is dedicated to working with younger adults or kids and toddlers, is that okay that to attach the ear seeds for them, or it's only for adults?
Such a great question. And honestly, ear seeds are my secret weapon for children. And you can use them from newborns to teens and your toddler and your three-nager and your teenager. And it's so great because, you know, children have such an amazing response to ear seeds. And one of the biggest things I hear from our ear seeding professionals is helping children to settle down for sleep, helping with hyperactivity symptoms. I treated a lot of kids with vaccine injuries, with autism and ADHD, and ear seeds were always my go-to. That was the first thing I did before we did acupuncture or laser or red light therapy or anything else. We started with the ear seeds because you could literally watch them go from like buzzing and anxious and nervous and just fidgety to just calm. I mean, and the moms were just like amazed at the difference in just a few minutes after we applied the ear seeds. And what's another fascinating note is many hospitals, I think about 30% of the hospitals use ear seeding for NICU babies. So they use them for babies that have neonatal abstinence syndrome. So their mothers may have been addicted to drugs and been taking drugs during pregnancy. And then the babies they are also, have the addiction to that same, drug. And so helping them with withdrawal symptoms. And there's been some great research that shows that ear seeding or ear acupressure with ear seeds helps them withdrawal easier, rely less on pharmacological interventions, and really makes them much more resilient, in addition to other interventions like having the moms sing and skin-to-skin contact and things like that.
Wow. So, what happens if a toddler wants to scratch the ear or remove it? You talk to them, or how do you prevent them from
That's a
removing the
great
ear?
question. So, just like on adults, when we like, if your back is bothering you or you're really anxious, the point on your ear can be really sensitive. And so for like babies and toddlers, one of the things they'll do is if the ear seed is bothering them, they may not be able to verbally express it, but they might start tugging or fiddling with the ear. So it could be that, if they're doing that, that the ear seed is uncomfortable. I always tell the parents, check the ear for redness and tenderness and see. And if the child's really bothered by the ear seed, just remove it and let the ear rest for a day or so. And then maybe try applying different points or, reapplying the same points. There are some kids that just they just don't like the feeling of the ear seeds on their ears, but that's a really small fraction because most of the kids don't even remember that they have them on. And, I worked, for 20 years with kids, and most of them loved their ear seeds so much, they wouldn't let their moms take them off after 5 days. They would come in, it'd be like 10 days after their treatment with me, and they still had their ear seeds on because they just liked how they felt. And especially if they had crystals, of course, the little girls and little boys loved their crystals, so they would leave them on. But I would have to tell them they have to take it off after 5 days to let their ear rest. And so I think overall children respond really well, and we don't have too many problems with that.
That's wonderful. Can you also talk a little bit about what other conditions can auricular therapy and ear seeds help with? I know that there is a plethora of
Oh, I
conditions.
know, right? So there, the World Health Organization, has approved ear seeds for over 150 conditions, but pain is a big one. Pain is huge. Anxiety, stress, depression, emotional issues are like probably the second most often used thing for ear seed. Fertility, digestive issues, um, like at postpartum, there have been some great studies showing that ear seeds help lower cortisol levels after women have a C-section, which again, that's part of getting our body into healing mode.
Mhm.
Then for all range of children's issues, from colic, tantrums, tummy aches, sleeping problems, ADHD, focus and learning, attention, and that goes for all ages, right? If you're having memory problems, using ear seeds can be a great way to support the health of the brain and nervous system. It's no drugs. There's, totally safe, non-invasive, and non-toxic. So pretty much if you're thinking, I wonder if I could use ear seeds for that, chances are the answer is yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So far, people have been so paying great attention to our conversation. Anybody has any questions so far? Once we covered this information, anybody? No. So Marina, you have a question?
No, just a comment. Well, thank you, ladies. It's I know, Sofia, I know you for quite a while, and you use seeds on me for many times. But right now, when both of you so covering the subject, it shows up in a totally different light for me. Like, wow, why didn't I start using it seeds yet? What? So thank you very much. It's very encouraging, and I love it how, yes, there is a seed for that. There is, like we say, I work with oils. There is an oil for that. And you're saying there is a seed for that. It just, brings the whole shine, different light to that. So thank you for that. If I have more questions, maybe, right now, Robin, you said memory, and I started writing down the problems. Yes, memory, yes. Focus, yes, and concentration, yes. So I maybe for memory, just for memory, where to put seed for memory.
Right. So there's a couple of points, and Sofia can show you later on, but there's a point, we call it memory 1 and memory 2. And one of those points is located right here on your earlobe, close to your face. So it's kind of like if you find where you pierce your ears right here and then just slide over towards your face, there's a point called, I think this is memory 1, and its other name is called master cerebral. And that is like the number one point that I recommend for memory, focus, attention. It activates the frontal lobes of your brain. It helps with executive functioning. So that's a fantastic point to start with. Oh, see, and Sofia's got the memory protocol there.
Yeah. So what I started offering, because I was so inspired after I graduated from the academy, I came up with this idea a long time ago, but finally started implementing it after attending a recent success lab with Robin. What I now do, my clients order the seeds first, and I will provide the link. And it's a great set where you receive many seeds, plus a book with all conditions, or a book, a chart by condition, plus gold tweezers. It's a beautiful set, and you can choose between Vakaria or Swarovski or titanium or a set. And what I do, they confirm once they receive a set by mail, and then we book a time on WhatsApp. You know me, I live on WhatsApp. That's my second place of residence. So and then I don't even need to go on Zoom. A person sanitizes the ear, prepares the tweezers and the seeds. They tell me a condition in advance, and I guide them point by point. So I said, attach this point to the ear, and they click on WhatsApp, done. Then we go to the next. So the whole procedure takes about 15 minutes. And then I check in with you guys, like, how is this going? Do you need to, how are you feeling? I always check in to make sure you're doing okay and drinking and hydrated. And then after 5 days, I set a reminder in my calendar, and I said, let's say, Marina, please remove the seeds today and take I muscle test. How many days for a break do you need? Do you need 2 days or 3 days in between? Then I send another reminder. Check, Marina, we're going back to the protocol. If I test, and if you tell me that the issue still persists, then we do another week. But then this protocol is yours already, and you don't need me to guide you through WhatsApp. So this is how I started doing it. And I just received this testimonial is in Russian, so I will just say it the way it is, that I was a person, my client, one of my VIP clients had a very bad headache for 3 days, persistent, and she contacted me, she ordered the EACs, and by the time I finished guiding her, her pain with EACs went from 8 or 9 till 4 once she attached, and the next day she reported that the headache was completely gone. So I still had her weigh for the rest of the couple of days. That's how powerful it is. So I want to tell you a couple of things which are coming up. First of all, let me just post some links. If you would like, if this information resonates with you, then what you would do, and if you would like to be guided, so you would go to easeeds.com. There is a kit with Vacaria seeds, or that includes a great book and a protocol. So it comes with 300 seeds and protocols for stress, focus on memory, like a chart. If you want to go more advanced and you want to go fancy and showcase your Swarovski or titanium, then you would use this link, and there is a special offer for you. Robin, I wonder if it's in the works to include all Swarovski and titanium and Vacaria seeds in one packet, or you only do fancy and simple ones? I would
Well,
love.
I am not on the product
you're not.
side. I'm
Okay.
only on the education side,
And
but
education.
certainly, yeah.
Okay. And then, so that also, what it includes is this kit, which I sent to you, is more upgraded and fancy version. It includes gold and Swarovski crystal seeds and a chart of cards and instructions, and then also it includes there is a simple one with Vacaria seeds and protocol per condition. Let's say you want to just get a protocol just for anxiety or just for stomach ache. And I have a promotion. It's just for attendees of this workshop today. Regular price per protocol is $50. And only for those who came today, you will, once you receive your ear seeds, I will gift you 2 points free of charge. They're fascinating points. You will love them, and you will use them for 5 days. And then the protocol for a special, for only those who attended this session, is $28 for any protocol, just one, which you would like me to guide you just the way I explained. So I also want to tell you, like, this is a testimonial of a person who was so afraid of flying, and here I probably go back. I go back to trapped emotions release. She forgot why she called me. She forgot to get scared, and now she flies all over the world. And this is about the importance of releasing trapped emotions. This person could not drive on the freeway at all. She had panic attacks. She now goes everywhere, drives everywhere, and she doesn't need to take Zoloft or Xanax or whatever she took. They trust me with their son. He used to have severe anxiety. He could not perform at school. So now he's a very diligent student, and they always ask me to work with him. So I think, Robin, can you comment on anything, or anything from your experience, anything you would like to add to our
Oh, I
audience?
just think that ear seeds are something you have to experience. It's one thing to hear about them. It's fascinating to learn those connections between our brain and our ear and the nervous system, but the real magic is in trying them for yourself. And I know for me, like they're just my go-to. They have been for many years. And I'll tell you, on Saturday, I woke up with a little bit of vertigo and the room was just spinning. And every time I looked to the left, my world started to spin. And so I sat there for a while, and then first thing I did was put on the dizziness and vertigo protocol, and that was it. It stopped. So just such an amazing tool to have in your medicine cabinet for times like that.
Okay, thank you so much. So a couple of more before we wrap up for the day. There are a couple of promotions which I have. I will be teaching a class myself based on the knowledge I learned. I've been teaching reflexology, and my ear reflexology is one of my favorite subjects, and I will be incorporating just premium knowledge I learned from the ESIDS Academy, the ESIDS certification course I did, and I will be teaching it 2 days. It's a four and a half hour class on Zoom, Thursday, May 23rd and 30th, from 6 to 8 p.m. And I will be showing you, I will of course be including a subject, because a lot of my audience is massage therapists, beauty technicians, cosmetologists. So I will include a chapter which I learned from the ESIDS Academy, the ESIDS for beauty, and then there are ESIDS for money. I will be showing you some points on the E's which help you earn and make more money, and manifest and bring it to your reality. So this is that. I told you about the special on individual protocols. Then I also want to tell you that right now that there is a special at the ESIDS Academy itself. Whoever would like to be certified and add additional knowledge to your practice. So both Robin and Ali are teaching this fascinating academy courses. This is a link for you if you want to sign up for that. And lastly, because I incorporate, I don't want you to be confused, because I incorporate both how you can do the emotion code, and I first release trapped emotions from your subconscious mind and body and wherever they're hidden. And then I do it through the ears. So the webinar special for those people who are here in the audience, the belief code special, which helps you overcome limiting beliefs. Regular price is $68 for 30 minutes, and webinar special is $45 for you today. And also regular sessions, if you buy packages for emotion code, body code, these are different from the belief code. These are the prices if you buy a package with me. So I think I would like to show how you can find me. I'm on Instagram, on this page, on Facebook. Since you came, I am under Ayurvedic Insights and Reflexology. Robin is under ESIDS certification, both on Facebook and Instagram, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. If there are no further questions, I would like to thank Robin for carving out the time from her busy schedule. Thank you, everybody who attended. Feel free to contact us, send us a private message, and stay in touch.
I thank you
Do you
very
have
much.
a question?
Yeah, just a last question. What would you recommend for balance? There is an elderly person and she has a balance issue. Yeah, what would be just simplest way even without digging into more of her problems? She doesn't have many, but just a balance. Yeah, she even had to start using, and she had a trauma lately, and she started experiencing more problem with balance. So
Robin, do you want to respond?
Yes, I'll respond, and then I do have to go off to another meeting, but I think
Yeah.
the dizziness vertigo protocol is great for balance as well, because it works on the inner ear point, the occiput, point 0. So all those balancing points to help, balance where our body is in space.
Yeah.
Okay,
Point
so
0 and my and
okay.
Shanmen are my favorite. I can guide you, Marina.
So thank you very
later.
much. That's all.
Okay. Thank you. 11:11. Namaste, everyone, and have a fantastic day. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Robin, again.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thanks, Sophia. Bye-bye,
Okay.
everyone.
Thank
We're
you.
disconnecting. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Сонечка,
Yeah, Marina.
Сонечка,
Ты как?
молодец. Я хорошо, да вот из душа, видишь, только вышла.
Из
еще
душа.
в халатике, видишь, еще сижу, вся неприбранная. Ну, думаю, ладно, все равно так уж и быть, покажу свое неприбранное лицо.
Прибранное у тебя все. Спасибо, что ты пришла. Очень хороший вопрос. Тебе прислать точки? Я бы начала с 2 простых точек. Вот Point Zero, он замечательный для баланса, и Shanmen. И присоединяйся в класс. Такое выучишь. Можешь дополнительные брать деньги за точки для красоты. Когда заканчиваешь свою сессию, я всем прикрепляю семена, and you can charge more.
Да, ну хорошо, дай мне подумать. Я посмотрела,
Подумай.
значит, это 23-го и 30-го.
Да, я могу, я flexible в плане дат, я не flexible в плане цены.
Нет, ну,
По-моему, это каждый может себе позволить, что я написала. А вот даты я могу, потому что, по-моему, Рената заинтересовалась, Ренский, еще несколько человек. Дату и время я могу менять.
Спасибо. Ну, похоже, четверг нормально. Дай мне подумать.
Да, подумай, это вечером будет. Я могу и рано пораньше утром сделать, чтобы отпустить всех. Ну, это такое первое предложение. Я очень flexible в этом.
Окей. Все поняла.
Все.
поняла.
Спасибо,
Всё,
Марина.
Сонечка. Хорошо, хорошего дня впереди. Всё,
Давай,
пока-пока.
целую. Пока. Ага.